A first date is a high-stakes psychological game, but most women don't realize they are playing for the wrong team. They show up as the applicant, hoping to get the job, when they should be showing up as the CEO, deciding if the candidate is even worth hiring. This is the fundamental and most common mistake. A woman, conditioned by a lifetime of seeking approval, treats the first date as a performance, an audition. It becomes a frantic and often clumsy presentation of her own qualifications. She arrives with a mental resume of her best qualities, her most charming stories, her greatest accomplishments. Her entire energy is focused on one question: does he like me? Am I enough? She is so busy trying to prove her worth that she forgets to do the one thing that truly matters, to find out if he is worthy of her. And in this performance, she often makes a second, devastating error. In a misguided attempt to create an instant and profound bond, she overshares. She mistakes trauma dumping for authentic vulnerability. She lays the sacred and often painful story of her past on the table for a near stranger to inspect. She shows him her deepest wounds, hoping he will see them and offer to be the doctor who can heal them. She is either the applicant seeking his approval or the patient seeking his salvation. In both cases, she has given away all of her power before the first drink has even arrived. The irresistible woman plays a different game entirely. She understands the true purpose of a first date. It is not to get him to like her, it is to create profound intrigue and to gather essential data. She is not the applicant, she is the CEO. She is not the patient, she is the psychologist. This video will reveal the 5 secrets, the things an irresistible woman never reveals on a first date. These are not about playing games or being dishonest. They are the principles of a woman who understands that her inner world is a sacred territory, not a public park, to be toured by strangers. They are the secrets that allow her to maintain her power, to create a profound and magnetic intrigue, and to set the stage for a dynamic in which he, not she, is the one who feels compelled to prove his worth. The first secret, and perhaps the most difficult for the modern woman to grasp, is a profound act of self-possession that goes against everything we have been taught about the power of vulnerability. The first secret of the irresistible woman is that on a first date she never ever reveals her deepest wounds. Let us be absolutely clear. This is not about being fake. This is not about being dishonest. This is about understanding the profound difference between authentic, earned vulnerability and what is often, in reality, unconscious trauma dumping. The woman operating from the good girl or the wounded child archetype has learned a dangerous and popular myth that the fastest way to create a deep, intimate bond is to share your deepest pain. She believes that baring her soul, revealing her past heartbreaks, her family traumas, and her darkest insecurities will be seen as a courageous act of vulnerability. She is hoping to create a trauma bond, a connection forged in the fires of a shared emotional history. And so when the man on the date asks the inevitable question, "Tell me about your last relationship," she sees it as her opening. She launches into a long, detailed, and often emotional monologue about how her ex betrayed her, about the pain she endured, about the trust issues she now has. She is, with the best of intentions, showing him her open wounds. She is unconsciously saying to him, "Here is my brokenness, can you see it? Will you be the one to finally heal it?" She believes she is being vulnerable. But what she is actually doing is handing a near stranger a scalpel and a set of instructions for how to perform surgery on her own soul. The irresistible woman understands that a first date is not an operating room, and the man across from her is not her surgeon. She understands that her wounds and the sacred work of healing them are her own private responsibility. Think of your inner world as a magnificent and sacred temple. A first date is a meeting in the beautiful public courtyard of that temple. You are showing him the impressive architecture, the beautiful fountains, the general atmosphere of your kingdom. But your deepest wounds, your most sacred stories of pain and resilience, they do not reside in the courtyard. They reside in the innermost sanctum, the Holy of Holies, a place that is veiled and protected. Access to this sacred space is not given away with a first date ticket. It is a profound privilege that must be earned over time, through the consistent demonstration of his trustworthiness, his character, and his own emotional maturity. When a woman trauma dumps on a first date, she is not just being unwise with her own sacred story. She is also sending a series of powerful and deeply unattractive unconscious signals to the man. She is signaling that she is a project. She is signaling that she is looking for a therapist, not a partner. She is signaling that her past is an unresolved drama that will likely spill into the present. This does not make a healthy, high-value man want to draw closer. It makes him want to back away, not because he is afraid of emotion, but because he is not interested in signing up for the job of being her savior. So what does the irresistible woman do instead? When he asks about her past, she is not evasive or dishonest. She is simply and powerfully concise. She has already done the alchemical work of transforming her pain into wisdom, so she does not show him the wound. She shows him the healed scar. A scar is not a sign of brokenness. It is a testament to her strength and resilience. Instead of a long, emotional story, she will say something calm, brief, and forward-looking. Something like, "It was a relationship that taught me some incredibly valuable lessons about the importance of integrity and clear communication. I'm grateful for the growth, and I'm really excited about what this next chapter of my life holds." This response is a masterclass in high-value communication. It shows she has a past, but she is not a prisoner of it. It shows she has learned from her pain, but she is not defined by it. It shows that she is a woman of resilience, of wisdom, and of profound emotional self-possession. She has not shown him her wounds. She has demonstrated her strength. And a man is not attracted to a woman's pain, but he is deeply and irresistibly in awe of her strength. The second secret of the irresistible woman is a profound act of trusting the natural unfolding of a connection. It is a secret that allows the magic and mystery of courtship to breathe without being suffocated by the pressure of a predetermined outcome. The second secret is that on a first date, she never reveals her specific relationship timeline. The woman operating from an anxious or insecure place often makes a mistake that feels on the surface like a powerful and honest move. She believes in being upfront to avoid wasting her time. And so, on the first or second date, fueled by a fear of getting hurt or a societal pressure to settle down, she will state her intentions as a deadline. "I'm at a stage in my life where I'm looking for something serious. I want to be married and have children within the next 3 years." She believes this is an act of strength, a way to filter out the men who are not on the same page. But what she is actually doing, with the best of intentions, is turning a budding romance into a job interview. The role is husband. The deadline is 3 years. He is no longer a potential partner in a beautiful, unfolding adventure. He is a candidate being evaluated for a position. This creates a profound pressure that instantly kills the organic, romantic, and playful energy that is the very lifeblood of attraction. The irresistible woman is a master of storytelling. She knows that the joy of a good story is in the slow, delicious unfolding of the plot. She would never print the final concluding sentence of the novel on the very first page. This is not about being dishonest or hiding what she wants. It is about understanding the psychology of masculine energy. Healthy masculine energy thrives on a journey, on a sense of mission, on the delicious tension of moving toward a prize. When you lay out your entire life plan and timeline, you are not inviting him on an adventure, you are giving him a performance review. Furthermore, it unconsciously signals to him that your desire is for an outcome, marriage, and that he is simply a candidate to fill that role. A man of substance does not want to be a candidate. He wants to be chosen uniquely and specifically for who he is. So what does the irresistible woman do instead? She is not dishonest about her desires, but she communicates them through values, not through timelines. When he asks her what she is looking for, the anxious woman will talk about the destination. "I'm looking for a serious, committed relationship." The irresistible woman will talk about the quality of the journey. She will say something like, "I'm always open to a deep and meaningful connection, but I'm in no rush. I'm really enjoying the process of getting to know new people and seeing what unfolds." When the conversation turns to life goals, she does not talk about her timeline for marriage. She talks about the values that a marriage represents to her. She will say, "I deeply value partnership." building a life with someone where there's a foundation of profound trust and shared adventure. Notice the profound difference. She is communicating that she is a serious woman with serious values, but she is doing so from a place of fullness, not of lack. She is not a woman with a desperate, empty slot in her life that needs to be filled. She is a woman on her own magnificent journey who is open to a worthy companion joining her. This is dangerously magnetic. It communicates that she is not a game player, but it also communicates that she is the prize. It creates a sense of challenge. He realizes that to be a part of her world, he cannot simply fill a role. He must prove himself to be a worthy travel companion, one whose presence is so compelling that she would choose to alter her own beautiful journey to include him. This does not make him feel pressured. It makes him feel inspired to be the best version of himself. The third secret is a profound act of energetic self-preservation that is often mistaken for arrogance, but is in fact a sign of deep self-respect. It is a secret that requires a woman to stop being her own worst enemy on the stage of a first date. The third secret is that she never reveals her deep-seated self-criticisms. The woman who is still a good girl, the one who is still seeking approval, has often learned to use self-deprecation as a social tool. She believes it makes her seem more humble, more relatable, and less intimidating. She will be the first one to point out her own perceived flaws. When she receives a compliment, she will immediately counter it with a reason why she doesn't deserve it. "You look beautiful tonight." "Oh, thank you, but I feel so bloated, and my hair is a mess." She will make jokes at her own expense, laughing about how awkward she is, or how terrible she is at a certain skill. She is, with the best of intentions, trying to connect. But what she is unconsciously doing is handing the man a detailed, annotated user's manual to all of her own weaknesses. She is essentially saying, "Here are all the reasons I am not good enough. Here are all the ways you can hurt me. And here is where you will find the cracks in my foundation." The irresistible woman understands a fundamental truth. A first date is not the time to hand over the keys to your own insecurities. She is not being fake. She is not pretending to be perfect. She is simply practicing profound discernment. She knows that her relationship with her own inner critic, her own doubts and her own self-work, is a private and often sacred practice. It is not a topic of conversation for a near stranger. It is not light-hearted entertainment. Think of it this way. Your self-worth is a magnificent and powerful fortress. The irresistible woman knows that, like any fortress, hers may have hidden vulnerabilities, areas that are still under construction, or old battle scars. But she would never dream of giving a visiting ambassador a tour of those weak points on his first visit. To do so would be a profound act of strategic foolishness. She will show him the impressive towers, the beautiful courtyards, the strength of her walls. The privilege of being shown the secret, vulnerable passages of the fortress is a sign of deep trust, a trust that must be earned over a long period of consistent, honorable behavior. What does this look like in practice? It is the art of graciously receiving a compliment. When he says she looks beautiful, she does not deflect. She simply says, "Thank you. That's very kind of you to say." She allows his positive observation to stand without needing to correct it with her own negative self-perception. It means she does not make herself the punchline of her own jokes. She can be funny and charming without sacrificing her own dignity. This is dangerously magnetic because it communicates an unshakable and profound sense of self-worth. A man is, on a primal level, attracted to a woman's confidence. When you constantly criticize yourself, you are essentially doing his work for him. You are pointing out all the reasons he shouldn't value you. You are telling him that you do not believe in your own product. But when you refuse to engage in self-deprecation, when you present yourself as a woman who is comfortable with her own strengths and is not seeking pity for her weaknesses, you send a powerful signal. You signal that you are not looking for him to be your therapist or your cheerleader. You are not looking for him to fix you. You are presenting yourself as a whole, sovereign, and self-respecting equal. And to a man of substance, a woman who already knows her own value is the most valuable and desirable woman in the room. The fourth secret is the very foundation of a woman's magnetic power. It is the one that separates the truly irresistible woman from all the others. It is the energy that underlies every word she speaks and every move she makes. The fourth secret is that on a first date, she never, ever reveals a need for a man. Let us be profoundly clear. This is not about pretending to be a cold, unfeeling, or hyper-independent woman who doesn't desire partnership. Desire is a beautiful, healthy, and attractive force. Need, on the other hand, is its shadow. Desire is the energy of, I want you. Need is the energy of, I am not okay without you. Desire is a pull. Need is a grasp. The woman who is not yet irresistible is operating from a place of subtle and often unconscious need. She is a beautiful house with a fatal structural flaw. She believes she has an empty, man-shaped hole in the center of her life, and she is, on some level, auditioning every man she meets to see if he will be the one to finally fill that hole and make her life complete. This energy of neediness, this hole, leaks out in 1,000 subtle ways on a first date. It leaks out in her excessive agreeableness, in her too eager laughter, in her constant monitoring of his reactions. She is a beggar hoping for a coin. She is a patient hoping for a cure. Her entire presence is a silent, energetic plea. Please, choose me. Please, complete me. A man can feel this emptiness. He may not have the words for it, but he feels it as a pressure, as a burden. He senses that she is not just inviting him into her life, she is making him responsible for it. This is not attractive. It is terrifying. It is the heaviest of all relational burdens. The irresistible woman is different. She is not a house with a hole in it. She is a complete and thriving ecosystem. This is the embodiment of radical self-sufficiency. The secret is not that she hides her need for a man. It is that she has done the profound inner work to cultivate a life where that desperate, aching need genuinely does not exist. Her life is already a feast. Her career, her passions, her friendships, her spiritual practice, these are the magnificent and nourishing main courses of her banquet. A man is not the main course. He is the exciting, welcome, and delicious dessert. A dessert is a wonderful addition to a feast, but you cannot survive on dessert alone, and the feast is already a feast without it. What does this look like in practice? On a first date, she is not evaluating him from the perspective of, could this man complete me? She is evaluating him from the perspective of, is this man a worthy and exciting addition to my already beautiful and complete life? She is not the job applicant, she is the CEO. She speaks of her life with genuine passion and joy, not as a series of accomplishments designed to impress him, but as the beautiful world she has built for herself. She radiates a profound and unshakable peace, a peace that is not conditional on his approval. She is her own sun. This is the most powerfully magnetic energy a woman can possess. A man feels it instantly. He senses that he is in the presence of a woman who is not a project to be fixed, a hole to be filled, or a damsel to be rescued. He is in the presence of a queen in her own kingdom. And this is the ultimate liberation for him. He is not being auditioned for the role of God in her life. He is being invited to show up as a man, as an equal, as a potential king for a neighboring kingdom. This complete lack of neediness creates a profound psychological vacuum. He realizes he cannot win her with his old tools of validation or provision. The only way he can become a part of her world is by being a man of such substance, of such integrity, and of such compelling energy that she chooses him to be there. And this is the dynamic that shifts him permanently into a state of deep, respectful, and relentless pursuit. We arrive now at the fifth and final secret. It is the most subtle, the most powerful, and the one that underpins all the others. It is the invisible operating system that runs the entire program of the irresistible woman. The final secret is that on a first date, she never, ever reveals that she is the one who is actually in control. The woman operating from insecurity, the good girl, walks into a first date and immediately takes her place on the applicant's side of the desk. Her entire focus is on her own performance. Am I being charming enough? Is my story interesting? Does he think I'm beautiful? Her energy is directed outward, seeking his approval. At the end of the date, the only question in her mind is, did he like me? Did I get the job? The irresistible woman walks into the same date, sits at the same table, but she is on the other side of the desk. She is not the applicant. She is the CEO. She is not there to be interviewed. She is there to conduct a quiet, subtle, and profound interview of her own. But here is the secret. Her audition is completely invisible. She is not sitting there with a clipboard and a checklist. She is not asking a series of aggressive, probing questions. On the surface, she is the most wonderful date you could imagine. She is present, she is curious, she is warm, she is laughing. She appears to be completely in the moment, simply enjoying the connection. But on a deeper, sovereign level of her being, a part of her is a calm, detached, and wise observer. She is the quiet psychologist, and she is silently gathering the data that truly matters. She is not listening to what he says as much as how he says it. When he talks about his ex, is he speaking with bitterness or with grace? This reveals his level of emotional maturity. When he interacts with the waiter, is he respectful or dismissive? This reveals his true character when he is not trying to impress her. When she shares a small success, does he seem genuinely happy for her? Or does his ego feel subtly threatened? This reveals his capacity for partnership. When she sets a small, soft boundary, does he respect it? Or does he subtly push against it? This reveals his respect for her sovereignty. And most importantly, she is asking her own nervous system the ultimate question. How do I feel in this person's presence? Do I feel calm and expansive, or do I feel a subtle sense of tension and contraction? She is not a detective, looking for a flaw. She is a wise queen, assessing the character of a potential ally. And the most powerful part of this secret is that he never feels like he is being tested. He does not feel the pressure of an interview because her external energy is one of pure, warm presence. He simply feels that he is in the company of a wonderfully engaging and authentic woman. This is dangerously magnetic. A man can feel on an unconscious level when he is being auditioned from a place of fear or a checklist. It feels like pressure. But when he is in the presence of a woman who is simply and quietly a discerning observer, he feels something else. He feels that he is in the presence of a woman with profound and unshakable standards. He feels that her interest is not a given. He feels that her approval is not easily won. This flips the entire dynamic. He, the man who is accustomed to being the one who chooses, suddenly feels the subtle, unspoken need to prove himself. He is no longer just trying to see if he likes her. He is beginning to wonder if she will truly like him. He is no longer the CEO, he is the candidate. The secret is not that she is auditioning him. The secret is that she does it so silently, so gracefully, and with such a warm and present energy that he never even sees the desk. He only knows that he is in the presence of a queen, and he feels a profound and compelling urge to be worthy of her court. We have now unlocked the 5 great secrets of the irresistible woman. We have learned that on a first date, she never reveals her deepest wounds, her specific timeline, her self-criticisms, her need for a man, or the fact that she is the one who is truly conducting the audition. But as we conclude, we must understand the one principle that unites all of these secrets. This is not a list of rules for being dishonest or for playing manipulative games. It is a masterclass in the lost art of the slow reveal. It is a profound act of self-respect. The irresistible woman understands that her inner world, her story, her vulnerabilities, her dreams, is a sacred and priceless treasure. And she knows that treasures are not given away freely to strangers in the marketplace. They are revealed slowly, over time, to those who have proven themselves worthy of the honor. The ultimate reframe, the one that will shift your entire reality of dating, is this. The goal of a first date is not to secure a second one. The goal is to decide if you even want a second one. By withholding these 5 things, you are not just creating a magnetic and irresistible sense of intrigue for him. You are, more importantly, creating a space of profound clarity for yourself. You are allowing yourself the time and the space to observe his character, to feel his energy, and to listen to your own intuition without the intoxicating and often blinding fog of a premature, trauma-dumping, oversharing bond. You are not just the guardian of your mystery to him, you are the guardian of your own wise and discerning heart. And that is the secret that makes you not just irresistible, but truly and unshakably powerful.